Hello everyone, I'm Bo from Brutal Commentary, and today I'm going to be breaking down Oumar Sy versus Brendson Riberio. Overall, Sy is 11-1 in his career, Ribeiro is 17-8. Sy is 4-1 in his last 5, while Brijo is 2-3 in his last 5. Now for Oumar Sy, he's coming off the first loss of his career to Alonzo Menafield last June, a fight that was pretty terrible, to be honest. And Sy looked even worse than I had imagined he could. I mean, he was like a 700 favorite. He was expected to kind of steamroll Menafield. But before that, 2 wins in the UFC, beating Da Hu Zhou and Tukos by submission, where it seemed like there was some hype in this undefeated French prospect. Meanwhile, Ribeiro is 2-3 in his last 5. He lost his first 2 UFC fights. First, he got knocked out by Minyang Zhang and lost a decision to Magomed Ghaziasulov. Then he comes back, beats Kyle Machado, and then beats Damir Naguliev. I apologize for butchering that name, but some of these OV, mans, it is such a mouthful, and you try your hardest. But you gotta try. And then, but most recently, he's coming off a knockout loss to Azamat Murzakanov. The tale of the tape is kind of similar. Ribeiro has a very good striking game. He has very good tool sets. He's got some good power, but he's a glass cannon, and he has a brawler's mindset. Now, granted, at light heavyweight, that's a division where it's like one clean shot and you're fucked. And Minyang Zhang and Azamat Murzakanov are 2 very dangerous power punchers, for sure. But still, you don't really like seeing a guy who's, of his 3 UFC losses, 2 are by pretty devastating knockouts. Like, Murzakanov landed like that shot to the forehead that rocked him, dropped him, then led to the ground pound. Minyang Zhang just annihilated him with that perfect shot as they were both brawling. But it's like, when he decides to be technical, he's really good. His technical striking is pretty good. He has good tools. And even on the ground, he's no slouch against Damir. Here, he got Kimura from bottom and was able to reverse to get to top mount and finish said Kimura, which is a very difficult thing to do, especially at light heavyweight. So, he clearly has technical skills and applicants, but that brawler-type mindset really holds him back from his true potential, I think. Meanwhile, for Oumar Sy, before the Alonzo Menafield loss, he was seen as a pretty dangerous grappler in very good submissions, especially like he submitted Tukos. And being a pretty big, strong, athletic light heavyweight, he's 6'4" with an 83-inch reach. That's a pretty good physical specimen for this division. In a division where, like heavyweight, it's more so your attributes and over how much of an athlete you are in comparison to, say, technical skills that can get you to the elite. At least for most fighters in these types of divisions. But yeah, Sy's grappling is really good once he gets you there. He's really good at transitioning, especially his back takes. But if you can't get Dong Hu Zhou down and you can't get Alonzo Menafield down, I have some concerns. Now, betting lines-wise, it's kind of ridiculous. Sy is the biggest favorite on the card. He's minus 400. 4-1 favorite. Like, Ibeiro's plus 320. Honestly, I don't think they should be this wide, if I'm being fully honest with you. Now, sure, I can see Sy cracking Ribeiro and possibly getting a club and sub, or just a straight-up TKO, sure. And I'm sure that can happen, but I don't know. It's just like, Ribeiro's a pretty strong guy as well. I mean, his specs aren't that far off. He's 6'3" with an 81-inch reach. And you look at them side by side, they're both pretty athletic. So it's not like I just can't see Sy bullying Ribeiro all the time. Now, when it hits the ground, that's a different conversation. Because while Ribeiro can work off his back pretty good, as with the aforementioned Kimura I mentioned, and even in the fight with Magomed Ghaziasulov, he had moments. He actually got his own takedowns, got some good transitions, even got a pretty tight ghillie at the time. But, eventually Magomedov just was the better wrestler. And that's what I can see happen. I think Sy can be the better wrestler, and I think he's the better grappler. So if I see this hitting the mat, I see Sy winning this. On the feet, that's a different conversation. Because Sy showed he'll just, wing big overhands. He has some calf kicks to him, and he can throw some decent straight shots, but more times it's those big overhand hands that he throws. But Ribero's the same. How do I see the fight going, though? I'm picking Oumar Sy because at the end of the day, I do believe he's has the overall better skill sets than Ribeiro. Better mindset. I think he's gonna fight more intelligently in this one for sure. Now, granted, there's still absolutely some concerns. Like if Ribeiro can land a clean shot, I could totally see him cracking Sy because he's still a good finisher. But overall, I just think Sy's a more complete fighter. Don't mind my cat here. She's wants to be in the video a little bit. But as of right now, I just think Sy is a more complete fighter. I think he has a better understanding of what he wants to do in his overall game in comparison to Ribeiro, who sometimes is kind of all over the place. Like Gaziosula, if he's like trying to wrestle more often than not. Then against Minyan Zhang, he's trying to brawl. Then with Kyle Machado, he's clearly more reserved and trying to be more defensively sound. He just doesn't feel like the complete fighter to me. Or at least there's no clear goal he has in mind besides, fighting to the best of his ability. And it's kind of funny because he's clearly the more experienced fighter with 26 professional fights. 25 professional fights in comparison to Sy, who has 12. But overall, I am picking Oumar Sy. I don't like these odds. I don't think he should be a 4-1 favorite. I mean, with the odds like this, you expect him to either dominate for the most part till he gets the finish, or finishes in a round or two. But how I see the fight going, I think Sy's going to get a club and sub. I can see him rocking Ribeiro or taking him down, landing some really good ground and pound and then Ribeiro makes a mistake on the ground, turns and shows his back or something. Sy just snatches that up for a rear naked choke. I can definitely see that happening in this fight. Or just, a straight up TKO. My official prediction, though, I am going to pick Oumar Sy by a club and sub. But that is my prediction for Oumar Sy versus Brendson Riberio. Next up, we have William Gomes versus Robert Ruchecha. I'm pretty excited to talk about that fight. But until then, I've been Bo from Brutal Commentary. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you next time.